landed a job on a huge cattle station. It's 1 million acres, 1 million hectares. I think it's 2.4 million hectares. It's huge. My job is to drive around the station ensuring that all the places where the cattle drink from, all the watering points are full. I count the cattle. I need a little bit of mechanical knowledge to ensure the pumps are all working. And there's about 50 staff on the station, so it sounds really good actually. Morning guys! I'm here. You can all relax now. The Boreman is here. It's the homestead, the office, the workshop, and my quarters are over there. Been given a room, unloaded all my stuff. Tomorrow morning I'm up at 5 o'clock, have 5:15 breakfast, and then I'm going to be showing the boar route. I've got a map. Been having a look at the map, been studying the map to work out where my boar route is. First day on the job, up before sunrise. There's the Boreman's truck. We filled it up and we're heading off. I'm going to be taken around by the existing Boreman, who's actually a truck driver. And then tomorrow, the next day, I'm all by myself. So you'll see more coming up. See how the boar run, how it all works. Day 3, Phil, the boar runner. I'm totally exhausted. These guys work really hard. First 2 days, I had no idea what was going on. Everyone's got such strong accents and it's hard to understand exactly what everybody's saying. All these new words and slang, and I sort of visited around 12 different turkeys' nests. I fill up the petrol or the diesel, which pumps the water out of the dams into the turkeys' nests, and then the nests feed the troughs for the cows to drink. In the middle of the day, there was a particular pump that I had to start and I could not find the pump. I searched and then I finally saw the pump and I could not get into it, and I spent like an hour trying to find how to get through the fence into that pump. And I finally found it. I was getting really frustrated. And then to make things worse, I needed to head north from that pump to the next one. And I also could not find the way north. And I drove around and around and around and kept coming up at empty fences or a creek I couldn't get through or too much mud. And it also took me another hour driving around. I actually know where I am on the map, but the map, all the roads are marked, supposedly, but not the gates. So it was so difficult, but I found it in the end and I finally got to the end of the day. And here I am. 6:30 in the morning, ready to start work. The sun's just rising and the bats are leaving the house after a night's feeding on the mango trees. It's so gorgeous starting work so early. It's so peaceful. It's like another world up here. The skies are always gorgeous. Got a big day today. I'm out by myself. Hopefully I don't get too lost. First gate for the day. There's around 30 gates I got to open and close. So I've got to get out of the truck, open the gate, get back in the truck. Bloody pump handle flicked up and hit me. Hell. So I'm gonna go back to the house and see if I can put some ice on it and then decide what to do. I'm a little bit rattled actually. I'm really not sure whether I'm cut out to be a Boreman with this sort of 11-hour days. And this is the best part of the year. This is when weather's nice. I don't know what it's like up here in a few months' time when it gets really hot. It's certainly a tough life. Well, it's 6 o'clock. I'm coming back into the house after one of the hardest days of my life. Working for 12 hours. Came back out after I hurt myself. There was still work to do. And I think I got on top of it. I feel exhausted. I drove 230 k's today, or like an hour and a half late. The good news is that my boss did actually call at sort of 5:30, 5:45 on the UHF radio to see where I was. So obviously if I was stuck and late home, they would come and look for me. That's good news considering it's it's pretty isolated out there. Get off the road, weaners! The weaners are the young ones that have been weaned off their mothers. So they tend to be a bit clueless. They're like teenagers. Clock. Been working since 6 this morning, 12-hour day. And there was a particular trough here that my boss chewed me out about that I reported it was leaking. And I think he flew here with a helicopter. And it was overflowing, and he supposedly pulled a fish out of it, out of the valve. He said he had to get a piece of wire in there, pull it out of the valve. And so I came back 2 days later, and it was overflowing, and it just made this mess everywhere. So I had a look at it, and there was the gasket which stops it from leaking. It's basically like a toilet. There's a float there. I'll show you. And there's a valve. So as the water comes up, the float goes up and it closes the valve. Anyway, I finished at 5 o'clock and it still wasn't working. So I went back to the house and got an old gasket and I fitted it just now. There's a bizarre beauty about working on the land. There's no one around for miles. I'm sort of right at the bottom of the property, about 20 minutes drive away. Alright, back to the house for the beer. Looking forward Beers never taste so good. I did tomorrow after 10 days straight. I've got my first day off. I'm exhausted.